All right, my friends. This week for our social emotional skill, we are talking about compromise. What does it mean to compromise? So compromise is where we both give up a little of what we want in order to find a solution that has some of what we want on both sides so that both people can be okay with the solution. Okay, that's a compromise. So today in our book that we're going to read, there is a compromise. So I want you to look for what is the problem, what does each side want, each group, each person, what do they want, and then what is the solution, is the compromise that they come up with. Okay, that's what we're looking for in our book today. So we are going to read Clack Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin, and it is read with permission from Scholastic. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible! Click clack moo, clickety clack moo, click clack moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. The next day he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs! Cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. Cows that type? Hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click clack quack, click clack quack, clickety clack quack. That was silly. All right, so let's look for who were our groups or our parties in this story, right, that had the conflict. So we have Farmer Brown, and who sends him a note? That's right, the cows. So we have the cows, and we have Farmer Brown. And the cows have a typewriter, and they are sending him notes that they want what? Electric blankets. Does Farmer Brown want to give them electric blankets? Nope, he does not. So they go back and forth, and they're like, no, I want this. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you that. And they are at a stalemate. That's where they're stuck, right? And so the cows come up with another offer, a compromise, right here at their special meeting. They say, okay, we will give you the typewriter, so we can't ask for anything else if you give us the electric blankets. And Farmer Brown decided that that was a good solution, and so he gave them the blankets, and they gave Duck the typewriter. But then Duck stole the typewriter. That was silly, huh? But they came up with a compromise. All right, so I want you to go on and look for compromises. And when you're having a problem with somebody, I want you to stop and think about what do they want and what do you want, and then come up with compromise solutions. Sometimes you have to try more than one solution before you find one that both groups are okay with. All right, have a great day.